Hello everyone, welcome back to the Robethematoran channel, or welcome to if this is your first time here. And today, this is my review of set number 8935 Nocturn, contained 116 pieces and retail for just $15 back in the day. This was a Walmart exclusive set, so you can only find it in Walmart, at least back in the day. But for now, you have to find it online, Bricklink, eBay, whatever. But brand new, this guy retails for just $250. I say just $250, but that's actually pretty darn expensive. Now, if you just want to get him used, he's like $95 to $100, so he's kind of expensive to get regardless. And I think it's okay. I think it's okay personally. But let's get into the review, and I will let you know in depth if that's a good price or not. Nocturn was an amphibious prisoner of the pit, banished for breaking his island in half with one blow. He also was one of the select few creatures partially immune to the mutagen in the outer pit. He later became Elak's lieutenant. When the Baraki recovered the Bionicle from Dakar, the Baraki gave Nocturn the mask, believing he was too foolish to use it for his own purposes. They also gave him a squid launcher. Nocturn quickly discovered that his curse was a death to touch. Any living creature who come to contact with him would die instantly. He was first excited by the power, but eventually became annoyed with it. Unfortunately, there was no box, but I do have the instructions to it. This is the first instruction manual that I have for 2007, and it's in pretty good condition, by the way. But aside from that, on the back, you just get some advertising material for Bionicle Heroes, you always do, and just some Lego Club stuff. And also you get the Baraki showing up on the back, and it's really cool to see. And I love when I get the instruction manuals or canisters or boxes. I just, you know, they're really hard to get. It's hard to find good deals with all that stuff in it. It's a pretty thin instruction manual, of course, which you're going to really get with 116 pieces, but still really detailed, really good. And there you go, the instructions. All right, here he is, Nocturn in his full glory, and he looks amazing. First, let's talk about the color scheme. And I think the color scheme looks really good with his fluorescent blue and his lime green recolors. Now, it's really nice to get these colors in lime green great for mocking. I think all these colors might be exclusive to him. I am not sure on that, but they are. I know some of them are. Some of them definitely has to be exclusive to him. I know some of them possibly are not, but a lot of them are. Now, I think that the overall design looks really good. It's a really decent design. Like, there's no Paraka or Inika build. It's a pretty unique build on its own because he's using two pelvic pieces to make up the arms, well, the second pair of arms, and they're pretty repetitive, sure, but they look good. They look really good. Now, the weapons, I would say a little lackluster because it's just two Liwa Nuva katanas. And this is now the start of, we're going to start seeing the katanas keep returning in many sets. This is the start of that now. But we do get a return to Kama's tentacle, but the weirdest thing is it's in silver, which it's supposed to be actually like a part of him. This is supposed to be an extension of his body. And I don't think that silver is the color of anything a part of his body that's actually supposed to be organic, so it's kind of strange that they made it silver. I mean, don't get me wrong, the silver looks good, it's just, why is it silver? But regardless of that, it's a cool feature. I kind of wish we got two of them though, but either way, it looks good. And of course, we have the ridiculous, stupid, bane of all existence squid launcher, and that is truly an abominable thing to have. I truly hate using it. Heck, in the footage I captured for using it, I couldn't even get it to go because it's actually not even good to use. I can't even get it right because it's actually quite difficult to use. I think it's a huge con, and it's just because it's made out of this really weird rubbery plastic, and it just doesn't really work all that well. It does come with two squid ammo, so I guess if you lose one, you can go and lose another one if you can even manage to shoot it, but that's going to be practically impossible because you can't even fire the darn thing. He does have some pretty good articulation. I can't really say his standard articulation because he does have 4 arms, so he has a unique articulation, even though he does have basically the standard articulation with just an additional 2 more bits of articulation because he has 2 extra arms. But regardless of that, It's really good. Now, the problem is, I think his head is kind of where he lacks any real articulation because you can't move it up too well. And you can move it left and right, but to varying degrees. But, I mean, he can look down. I mean, my goodness, he can really look down. But other than that, it's not the greatest. But other than that, I mean, his articulation, like I just said, it's pretty decent. Nothing to write home about, but just some standard articulation, just with additional 2 arms. I will say he does have a slight problem with his legs because they're very weighty and they kind of wobble around everywhere. They kind of lean a bit. Like they can't really hold up too well on the sides. So take that as how you will. It's just a little awkward to sometimes pose him. I think posing him is actually a little awkward. Maybe because the joints are a little loose on him because this is a used set. But he will kind of slip a little bit and fall over, but it's not enough to obviously set break it, but it is an issue and I do want to make a note of it. Of course, I can't do a proper Nocturn review without talking about the main feature. The main thing that this set is sold for is his ability to glow in the dark. Now, he does include a lot of Takadak's glow in the dark armor pieces, but he does have a recolored Karpar headpiece in the fluorescent blue color that can glow in the dark, and Elix spikes that also can glow in the dark. It's a really nice thing. It's hard to get it to glow in the dark because it doesn't really glow in the dark very well, but it's still nice that it can glow in the dark. It's one of the best features I would say in the set, and it's just nice to look at. In conclusion, I think Nocturn is a really good set, decent set. I think that he's definitely on the list of sets you should definitely make an effort to pick up. Now, the price is a little pricey for just this set, like just this Walmart exclusive. I mean, he doesn't have anything like exclusively unique to him, like no unique molds. He just has a bunch of recolored pieces, which that's really good, but kind of wish he had something a bit more like really exclusive to him, like a unique mold, a head mold or something. But regardless, I do like it. It's a good set. The score I give it would be, I give it an 8-7. Really good, solid set. It's definitely already becoming one of my favorite sets that I've owned because it's so striking in its color scheme. I mean, my goodness, it's a nice color scheme to have, and just getting lime green pieces, not joints, but just limbs and like feet, I think those are fine, but just the joints, that's something else. But those have been my thoughts. Tell me yours down in the comments because I read every single comment, and join me next time when I do the Toa Mari. So I've been Robethematoran, and I will bid you all adieu.
Dare you enter the deep? Dare you face the creeps? Bionicle presents 6 new Baraki creatures whose like you've never seen. They sharpen their teeth, polish their shells, and are so pleased to meet you. Armed with a powerful long-range squid shooter, these Baraki mean business. New Baraki from Bionicle. Each set sold separately.